So good morning to everyone. So I welcome you all in my next lecture, that is BT technology and classifications. So in this class we will discuss about the BT technology, what is the BT, why this technology is important for the development of crop and different crop plants. So what are the different BT proteins are available with us to develop different class of new plant varieties, different class of then BT proteins. So basically, if we talk about the BT, in that BT generally stand for the Bacillus thuringiensis, that is a soil bacteria. So it is first isolated in the Germany. Okay. So BT Bacillus thuringiensis is soil bacterium gram-negative bacteria. This bacteria has a unique property, which produce a protein that paralyze the different class of insect larvae which are harmful to the different crop plant, which are harmful to our different crop plant species. That also include the cotton, tomato, and you can say our different BT brinjals also. So in case of urea and European corn borer also, they have common plant pest which infestations produce large of devastating economic losses for the important different crops. So basically, if we talk about this introduction about this technology, the BT is this BT bacteria is easily cultured by the process of fermentations. This overall last 50 years, if we talk about the BT, that has an insecticidal by the insecticide effect by the different farmers in the worldwide. Organic farming particularly has benefited from the BT insecticide as it one of the most few pesticide which is permitted by the organic standards. This insecticide is applied either as a spray form or ground application. So we can apply this BT insecticidal formulations either through the spray form or ground applications with the irrigations. So it is available in both form in markets like granules form and liquid form. If we talk about the efficiency of this insecticide proteins, the efficiency of both the applications, either spray form or ground applications, is quite limited. So, as target organisms often do not come in contact with the insecticide as they are found on the underside of the leaves and have already been penetrated into the plant species. So that is the main drawback of this technology. So, during the application, not this technology, application, because of applications. So nowadays, this BT technology have been make some improvement in that. The scientists have taken the BT genes from the bacteria. Okay, so that is encoding the different insecticidal protein. Okay, so that gene has to isolate it from the bacteria and insert into the different crop plants. So these genes make plant as a they develop inbuilt resistance into the plants by incorporating the gene into the genome of the plant species, genome of the plants. Thus, these plants have a built-in mechanism to protect against the target pest. Protect against the target pest. Okay, so similarly nowadays the scientists are working on that to develop the different insect resistance crop plant species. The protein which are produced by the plants does not get washed away or not get destroyed by the sunlight. So plant is just protected from bollworm of on-borer round the clock regardless situations. Okay, so this is about introduction of the BT technologies. So BT, as I told you, Bacillus thuringiensis is a gram-positive bacteria, which is aerobic and rod-shaped. You can see in the picture, it's a rod-shaped bacteria. It's a ubiquitously is found everywhere, so there is no difficult to get isolate the culture of this bacteria. It form the endosperms. It form the endospores. Have a genome. If you talk about the genome size of this bacteria, genome size is ranges 2.4 to 5.7 millions. 2.4 to 5.7 millions of base pair. Okay. So it produces one or more different insecticidal crystals protein. It produces one or more different insecticidal proteins which occupy more than 90% of the world biopesticides marker. So this is one most advantage that is cover largest of the market nowadays. It cover more than 90% of the world market. We talk about the history of this BT, which is isolated in 1901 by the Japanese scientist, that is Ishiwara. Shigeten Ishiwara. So he discovered this BT bacteria. Okay. he discovered. So that is a very common bacteria which is found in different environment also, soil and desert, as I told you, first isolated by the Ishivata. Then in 1911, German scientist Ernest Borlian, they again he re-isolated this BT from four different moth caterpillar that had been collected from the Thuringia, that is a different country one, in the Germany. Soon this Berliner that determined the Bt bacteria has a specific toxic protein. That Berlin has concluded. This Berlin scientist has concluded that Bt has a specific toxic proteins against the certain insect and pest larvae. Okay. So notable, it was not until 1928 that anyone attempted to harness the Bt as a tool for the pest control. Earlier, no one is using. If we talk about the timeline of the discovery of this, in 1901, as I told you, Bacillus thuringiensis was isolated by the Ishivata in 1901. But he was not able to explain the insecticide and everything. He just identified it. Okay. 1911, again re-isolated from the four moth caterpillars. 1928, Bt as a used good tool for the pest control. First time it was used in 1928 as a tool for the pest control. First time commercial Bacillus thuringiensis based biopesticide introduced into the plant, which is widely used as a biopesticides. In 1990s, thousands of Bacillus thuringiensis strains has been identified across the globe. Okay. In 1995, the first genetic engineering corn engineered with the genes. 1990, first transgenic or genetically engineered corn or maize were engineered with the gene from Bt, which become available for the marketing. So you can see the timeline in 1901 to 1955, 1995. It takes nearly 100 years to harness the capacity of this Bt as a pest control or transfer into the gene into pest control. So it's a long history, about near 900 years. So this bacteria was used to fed off the European corn borer, Ostinia nubilis. That is a European corn borer. That is the most devastating pest in case of European countries, which historically have been a common and very damaging corn pest. Have been very damaging corn pest in case of Europe. This initiated the development of first commercial Bt-based biopesticides against the European corn borer, Ostinia nubilis, which is the most devastating pest in European countries. Then the initial development of first commercial Bt-based biopesticides was sporin, which was introduced in 1938 in the France. Then the Bt-based biopesticide has been significantly pest control strategies nowadays. Then no one has thought about the GM corn engineered with gene BT available in 1995. This gene has come dominate the majority of the varieties which is planted in the US, representing 81% of the total corn was transgenic with this gene, and 84% of total cotton acreages was covered by this gene. And if we talk about the cryproteins are toxic to the insect order Lepidoptera, Coleoptera, and Diptera, and also to nematodes, also to different class of the nematodes. If we talk about the size of this protein, cryprotein, these cryproteins are the resultant encoded proteins by the crygenes. Crygenes are nothing but these genes are present, Bt genes. The other name is crygenes. Bt genes are present in the genome of Bt bacteria in Bacillus thuringiensis. Okay, then if we talk this protein encode a protein product that is known as crystal protein. That is known as crystal protein. This crystal protein are also known as Bt crygenes, cryproteins, because they are encoded by the crygenes. Crygenes are present in the genome of the Bacillus thuringiensis. Okay. Then the size, if we talk about the size of this cryprotein, it is varies from 130 to 140 kilodalton. 130 to 140 kilodalton. The protein was characterized by the using the different HDS-based protocols. More than 500 different crygenes and they have been divided into more than 67 families, cry1 to cry67. Based on their property, based on the sequence analysis, based on their physical interaction with the insect insect and pest gut. They have been classified into different families. If we talk about the cryprotein structures, the N-terminal domain, if we talk about this structure of this cryprotein, The N-terminal domain is a bundle of 7 alpha helices. You can see the N-terminal domain, this is C-terminal domain 3, this is the N-terminal. First N-terminal domain is a consists of 7 alpha helices. Domain 2 consists of 3 antiparallel beta sheets with the exposed loop region. Domain third is a beta sandwich. Now we use Gram-Stenic technique as it a gram-positive bacteria absorb crystal violet strain. It absorb crystal violet strains and appear violet in the colors. Endospore staining, endospore are stable resting stages. A vegetative cells normally transform itself into the endospore under unfavorable conditions. This process is called as sporulation. This process is called as sporulation. In vegetative cells will normally transform itself. Vegetative cell normally transform into an endospore under unfavorable climatic conditions. The process is called as sporulations. This process is called as sporulations. Bt crystals. They are also known as insecticidal crystal protein. All are proteins crystal formed during the sporulation in some Bt strands. Bt produce protein that aggregate to form a crystals. They form aggregate and form the crystals. If we talk about the different shape of this crystal, Bt crystals protein or insecticidal crystals protein, they are different shape according to their insecticidal activity. So if first is bipyramidal, if you talk about the bipyramidal shape is also there, that bipyramidal shape of cryproteins are ranges 130 to 138 kilodalton, 130 to 138 kilodalton of the proteins. If we talk about insect activities, Lepidopteran larvae. Cuboidal is in 69 to 71, 69 to 71, Lepidoptera and Diptera, Lepidoptera and Diptera. Is flat irregular 73 to 74 Coleoptera, 73 to 74 Coleoptera. Bipyramidal 73 to 134 Diptera, 73 to 134 Diptera. Now, various type or other various protein which are ranges 35 to 129, and there are various of different insecticidal activity. You can see here the different shape of the crystal proteins, bipyramidal shaped crystal, spherical shaped crystals, and rhomboidal shape also you can see here. Cuboidal shape is also there. Okay, these are the structural differences between the different shapes of the proteins. So this picture you can see. How we take the preliminary test and how we can confirm that and characterize the proteins. So based on the colony color you can result to be obtained that is creamy color. If we are taking colony colors, shape of bacteria, rod shape, gram-stenic because they give you gram positive. Okay, so these are the features of the bacteria based on this. Spore staining showing that the presence of spores is there or not. Crystal staining, they are showing the different shapes like cuboidal, pyramidines, bipyramidals. Motility test, motile. Motility test is motile or not. Shape of spore showing ellipsoids. Shape of spore ellipsoids. Location of spore is showing that it's central. Length of micrometer is 3.13 to 4.75 is varies. Width is 0.85 to 1.04. 1.04. Biochemical test for their classification, they have biochemical physical type of tests is like Thuringiensis, Tushiki, Inden, Gallery, Alto, and Dendrolimus, Morizori, Dermastandards, Austrinia, Islensis. These are the showing different biochemical tests used for the classifications. Now we take about the molecular approach, how we can characterize these proteins. There are certain molecular approach to characterize the BT proteins. So based on different molecular approach like protein profiling, plasmid profiling, total DNA profiling. Okay. So these are the technique. Protein profiling can be done by using first you have to isolate the protein. First we can isolate the protein from the different bacteria. Then we can use different techniques like protein profiling. Protein profiling is done through the HDS page. Then by using different uh, technique like Malditov and other proteins, 2D and 3-dimensional gel electrophoresis, we can characterize the protein, how much size is ranges of that particular proteins. Then plasmid profiling also done by the agrogel analysis by comparing with the other standards proteins. And total DNA profiling also be done same as a plasmid profiling. So if we talk about the location of these cryproteins, So it because this is a bacteria, Bacillus thuringiensis is a bacteria, and the bacteria has a plasmid as well as their chromosomal DNA. Plasmid as well as chromosomal DNA. So plasmid may be large size or small size. So if larger two type of plasmid are present on this BT, Bacillus thuringiensis, large plasmids, small plasmid. In case of large plasmids, majority of the cryogenes are present on the large plasmid. Majority of the plasmids are present on the large plasmid. While in case of a small plasmid, the smaller plasmids they do not contain much on the smaller plasmids. If you talk about the chromosomal DNA, this chromosomal DNA contains the vegetative insecticidal proteins BIP, that is known as BIP. Chromosomal DNA also contain different insecticidal protein, that is vegetative insecticidal protein BIP. Target specificity of certain protein. If you talk about the different target of different class of the proteins, which or insect order is the targeted for. Cry1 Lepidopteran, Cry1 Lepidopteran, Cry2 Dipteran and Lepidopteran, Dipteran and Lepidopteran, Cry3 Coleopteran, Cry1 Lepidopteran, Cry2 Dipteran and Lepidopteran, Cry3 Coleopteran, Try to A. Dipteran and Lepidopteran. Try to miss in group of Clitus, Dipteran and Lepidopteran. Try 3 Coleoptera. Try 4 Diptera. Try 4 Diptera. Try 5 Nematodes. Try 5 Nematodes. Try 5 and 6 Nematodes. Nematicidal activity. They have been well characterized for these target orders. Cry 7 Coleoptera, Cry 8 Lepidoptera, Cry 9 Lepidopterans, Dipterans, Cry 12 13 nematicidal activity, Cry 14 again Nematodiptera, Cry 16 Dipterans, 17 Dipterans, 18 Coleoptera. So these different class of the cry proteins are have a specificity against a different insect order. It's a long list you can see here. So Cry42 you can cell killing toxin genes, cytocidal human cells, Cry46 cytocidal human cells. So these are the various cryogene which have been other further they have different subclasses. You can see here. So I am not going into the detail of these things. If we talk about the classifications, as we now discuss, what we will look five different most important classes which we are using nowadays in the different crop species. Okay, so that we will see cry 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and their size of protoxin, size of the toxin, or size of the proteins, the structure, what structure is there, size of active toxins, sector specificity, agar which order, the percent homology in between that. So if you take about the Cry1 protein, Cry1 had different subclasses like A to K, Cry1A, Cry2V, Cry2C, likewise, Cry1A, Cry1B, Cry1C, Cry1D, Cry1E, till Cry1K. So they have the different subclasses based on their some different physical and chemical properties. They have been subclasses. If you take the size of protoxin, protoxin means the inactive form because the newly synthesis protein, that is protoxin, but that is inactive. Okay, that the size is varies from 130 to 160 kilodalton. 130 to 160 kilodalton. One protein size is 130 to 160 kilodalton protein is there. Okay. Next is structure of this Cry1A protein is 65. Structure is bipyramidal. Structure of Cry1A is bipyramidal. Size of active toxin is 60 to 70. Active toxin 60 to 70. Insect specificity against the Coleoptera, Lepidoptera, and Coleoptera. So this Cry1 group of the proteins is specific to the Coleoptera and Lepidoptera. Coleoptera and Lepidoptera. And percent homology, if you talk about the percent homology, is 80 to 90%. 80 to 90% homology is matching with this. Percent. 80 to 90%. 80 to 90% is matching. Next is Cry2 protein. Cry2, they have subclasses A, B, and C. A and B and C. The size of this protoxin is 70 to 71 kilodalton. 70 to 71 kilodalton. Okay. Structure is cuboidal shape. Structure is cuboidal shape. Size of toxin is 65. 65. Lepidoptera and Diptera. Insect specificity, Lepidoptera and Diptera, Lepidoptera, Lepidoptera and Diptera. Percent homology 80 to 90%. Percent homology 80 to 90%. Try-third. If you take the example of try-third protein is subclasses A, B, C, and D. Size of protoxin 73. Size of protoxin is 73. Structure is rhomboidal, bipyramidal. Rhomboidal, bipyramidal. Size of active toxin is 55. Insect specificity Coleopteran. Insect specificity Coleopteran. Percent homology is more than 75. Percent homology is more than 75. Try4 again has subclasses A, B, C, and D. Protoxin 20 to 140 kilodalton. 20 to 140 kilodalton. Irregular. Structure is irregular. Say 55 is the active protoxins. Insect specificity Diptera. 29 to 55% of hemoglobin. Cry fifth and sixth. Cry fifth and sixth. 81 to 2. 81 to 2 kilodalton. 81.2 kilodaltons. Size 40 to 60 kilodalton. Larval side of Lepidoptera, Diptera, and nematocytes. So this picture represents the evolution of the new cryogens, how the new cryogens get evolved by the rearrangement between the different class of the domains. So we know very well the cry proteins have three different domains, domain 1, 2, and 3. New proteins, they rearrange between those different class of the cry proteins. Then the new cryogens get evolved. Now, if you see the BT formulations, there is third generation of BT formula nowadays we are using. That is first generation, second, third generation. It's a first generation product, a blend of spore and crystal, which form a native strands. Form a native strands. Blends of the spore and crystals we are using. Second generation product, genes which coding for delta endotoxins. In case of second generation, we were used about the genes coding delta endotoxin from the several strands. Third generation's product, dead recombinant Pseudomonas fluorescens cells. Pseudomonas fluorescens cells, which VT formula depend on the pest to be controlled and the pest and the plant. Depend on pest to be controlled and the plants. We were used the particular BT. We have to prepare a particular BT formulation used on the control and plants. Active ingredient in commercial formulation is spore and crystal complex. Spores and crystal complex. So you can see here the formulation is emulsion. Formulation type is emulsion type. We have applied to the different agricultural crop and forestry purpose. Emulsion form of formulations we are using for the agriculture forestry purpose. Encapsulation type agriculture and forestry. Encapsulation type agriculture and forestry. Vegetable powder for the garden and agriculture. Garden and agriculture. Granule agriculture and forestry. Granules agriculture and forestry. If we take the example of powders, powder like forestry for the forestry. Now, advantage and disadvantages of the BTA toxins. Advantage is safety. It's a safe against a human health. Specificity. If we take the example safety purpose, so let me clear you about effect on human health. Effect on, we will see the safety aspect of the BT technology. Now, if we talk about the effect of BT on the human health, BT protein, because human beings are the non-target organism. Currently, we are talking about the effect of BT on the non-target organism. Specificity of BT for its target insect is one of the most characteristic feature, which is the ideal method for the biological pest control. In fact, different strands of BT have specific toxicity to certain target insect. The specificity rests on the fact that toxicity of the BT protein is receptor mediated. Because it is directly not acting on any target organism, it is based on the receptor mediated. If receptor is present, then only this protein, BT protein, will interact with the target insect. Otherwise, it won't interact or won't affect adversely affect that root. This means for an insect to be affected by the BT protein, it must have a specific receptor in the gut where the proteins can interact or bind to them. Fortunately, humans and other majority of the beneficial insects do not have these receptors. Okay, so there is no question about the effect, adversely effect of the BT on the human. Similarly, if we talk about the BT crops which are placed on the market, they must pass through a stringent regulatory test. Okay, before releasing into the market any BT crops, so they must passed very stringent regulatory tests, which include those for the toxicity and allergenicity. Toxicity and allergenicity. The US Environmental Protection Agency has already administered toxicology assessment, and BT protein have already been tested even at relatively higher doses. According to the Extension Toxical Network, pesticide information project on several universities in the US, there is no complaints were made after 18 humans had 1 gram of commercial BT preparation daily for 5 days. Now, if you see the effect on environment or soil ecosystem and groundwater, the BT protein is moderately persistent in soil and classified as immobile, as it does not move or leach with groundwater. It does not move or leach with groundwater. It does not particularly persist in acidic soils conditions where exposed to sunlight. It rapidly destroys due to UV radiation. Rapidly destroyed due to UV radiation. There is independent expert which have conducted study to investigate the impact of BT crop on soil organisms. Other insect species that are considered beneficial in agriculture. There is no adverse effect has been found on non-target soil organisms. Even when these organisms were exposed to quantity of BT far, then what would actually occur under natural crop growing conditions? Likewise, research done by US EPA Environmental Protection Agency revealed there is no change in the soil microbiota. Next is animals and insect. If you take the safety aspect of animals and insect, on different tests were conducted on the dog, guinea pig, rat, fish, frog, slender, even birds. The BT protein was found not to have any harmful effect. It is not what is that no toxic effect were found on beneficial predatory effect because there is large number of the test has been done against the different class of the animals like guinea dogs, pigs, rats. So not even a single organism saw the harmful effect or adverse effect on their growth and development by the this BT. So in 1999, there was a report that pollen from the BT corn had a negative impact on the monarch butterfly. That was the report in the 1999. Okay. This report raised a concern or question about the risk of BT crops on the non-target organism. A recent study on the same experiment showed that BT corn poses negligible threat to monarch butterfly in the field. There is a collaborative research effort by the scientists in the US and Canada. They have produced informations to develop a formal risk assessment of the impact of BT corn on monarch butterfly population. They concluded that in most commercial hybrids, BT expression in pollen is very low, and laboratory and field studies show there is no acute toxic effect, no acute toxic effect at any pollen density that would be encountered in the fields. We can take the several advantage of the BT crop mechanism, BT crop in the recent studies. Biodegradable. So this another term is biodegradable. This BT protein is again it's not as I told you, it's a very it's biodegradable. Biodegradable is not sustained for longer period in the environment or soils. Okay, so it's a can be degraded after some time. Potential there is large number of potential or large number of potential for the different target insect and pest. Disadvantage, it's rapidly inactivated by UV light, heat and extreme pH. If you provide the high light condition, UV light condition, heat and extreme pH, it get rapidly degraded by the environment. Susceptible to protease in the leaf exudates, easily removed from the plant surface by wind and rain. Little impact of the cryptic pest. Now next is development of BT transgenic crop. So, what are the status of BT transgenic crops recently in India and globe? So that we will discuss now. So before discussing on this, let me tell you an interesting mechanism of BT toxicity. How this BT affect the growth and how it kill the different insect and pest. Okay. So try to understand that. After BT, when it was discovered, a mechanism of toxicity was not understood. It remained a mystery for the large number of years. But after 1950s, the scientists discovered that these crystal proteins, which are encoded by different cry genes of BT proteins, they form the BT spores. They form BT spores. It was previously observed by the Berliner. which are responsible for the BT toxicity. These BT spores are responsible for the BT toxicity. But nowadays, these crystal proteins are called as cry protein. BT crystals protein are called as cry protein, which exhibit a high degree of target specificity because of their mode of action with insect larvae. The larva insect ingests the BT spores and cry proteins. Larva ingest the different BT spores and cry proteins. Crystal protein. You can take example of suppose we are expressing a BT protein into the insect and pest in the different transgenic plants. We have developed a particular transgenic plant which is expressing the cry proteins or cry genes. Okay, so that insect when feed upon this, when insect feed upon the plants, the proteins which got expressed in the leaf are also ingested by the insect. When the cry protein reaches to the gut, it is partially degraded. It is partially degraded, not completely. And it releases a smaller and potential toxic part of the protein. As we already discussed, that when the protein get expressed immediately, that is a protoxin type. Protoxin means it is in an inactive form. And it get activated in the alkaline midgut. But when insect had alkaline midgut, when it go there and just face the acid that alkaline environment, the protoxin get converted into the toxin, or partially you can say degraded. Then it releases a partially toxic part of the protein. But this toxin will only be active if it finds the right matching protein receptor. Then once the protein get inactivated by the partial degradations, then protein will look for their receptors in the insect medulla. If receptor is there, then this protein will interact. If receptor is not there, then this protein will not interact and won't affect the growth of the insect and pest. Okay. When this protein found a suitable receptors in the insect midgut of the larval insect, this is the most important aspect of the cryotoxin mechanism. Much in the same way, the certain key will only open a certain lock. Cryoproteins, cryotoxin can only exert its toxic effect on the particular cell receptors. Consequently, the toxic tends to only impact insect within a particular taxonomy. Once the toxin is bound to its receptor, the toxin recruits the different cryoproteins, same, and together they form a hole in the cell membrane. They get interact with the receptor, then they make a hole in the cell membrane, ultimately cause the cells to burst. The cumulative effect of this happening to many cells is the irreversible destructions to the midgut membranes, which compromising the barrier between the body cavity and gut, body cavity and gut. Without this barrier, BT spores and other native gut bacteria can infiltrate and grow within the nutrient rich of the insect and pest. And what makes the BT such a great candidate for the pesticides and GM application is that which these toxins are highly effective against the insect. They have been shown to safety for the consumption by the members. There has been large number of tests by the EPA Environmental Protection Agency had demonstrated that these proteins, like any other dietary proteins, are very unstable in the acidic stomach environment, like human beings have acidic stomach environment. Then oral toxicity, again, further oral toxicity test was performed, which involved giving the mice exception high dose of purified toxic BT protein. So no significant health impact in that. In the year 2001, reassessment of several BT protein was done by the EPA that conclude from these findings that there is a reasonably certain no harm will result from the aggregate exposure to the US populations, which including infant and children's, to the avian cribal F protein, a genetic material necessary for the productions. Similarly, other conclusions were drawn from the cribal AC protein of the BT cotton. Okay, so likewise, there are large number of the research has been done. Similarly, environmental safety aspect of BT was done. BT crop has enormous potential to reduce the use of both synthetic and organic pesticides. Nowadays, that's why these organic pesticides company are debating much and much about this BT toxins. Relying on the BT cotton and BT maize, farmers have decreased the pest control related costs and increased their yield. The USDA report that generally the BT adoption is associated with the lower insecticidal use in 1998-2007. Okay, so that was showing a large potential of the BT cotton in the uh, world at the globe level. Now the recent status, if we talk about recent status of the BT cotton, BT transgenic crop, you can see the first field trial with genetically engineered plant, which expressing this BT, Bacillus thuringiensis toxins, was conducted in the 1986 with tomato. Means first transgenic plant developed through this BT was tobacco. Okay. Then modify they what they did, they modify the sequence of the cribin heavy protein and cribin AC genes to increase the GC content because this is a bacterial protein. So this bacterial protein has a 80 content rich, but to express this protein into the plant system, they have to optimize the codon system, codon uses of the bacterial gene according to the plant genome. Because see, first we need to understand when we are going to express a bacterial gene into the plant system or any plant gene into the bacterial system. So we have to optimize the codon uses. Codon uses means because this bacteria is a prokaryote system, plant is a eukaryotic system. So eukaryotic system is somewhat different from the prokaryotic system. So what we have to do, we have to optimize the codon uses for, according to the individual organism. If it is a eukaryote, and plant gene directly as such, bacterial gene cannot be as such expression to the plant system. We have to make modify some nucleotide sequences according to the plant system that make the plant codon usage optimum according to the plant genome. Okay, because some eukaryotic genes has GC rich sequences. So the expression system of plant will identify this gene which is GC receiver. It will easily express that kind of protein. Okay, so we have to modify the sequence of triprotein in order to express this protein into the plant system. Require AC genes to increase the GC content. Using this strong promoter more efficiently, polyadenylation and terminalization signals point to 1%, which increased to over 5% when genes were introduced into the protoplast genome. There is large number of field trials going on the commercial release of the these transgenic crops. Field trial with BT transgenic tobacco were conducted in the United States and France in 1986. The transgenic potato plant which expressing Cry3A from BT varieties, Tenebrionis, were shown to protect the crop against Colorado potato beetle. There has been first field trial with Bacillus thuringiensis transgenic cotton was conducted in US in 1988. 95, the US Environmental Protection Agency approved the first registration of the BT potato, BT corn and cotton crops. In 1998, the EPA approved an insect resistance tomato line which expressing cribin AC protein. In India, GM cotton released by collaboration of the Monsanto and Mike in 2002. The field trial of BT rice were first conducted in China in 1998. A series of transgenic BT rice line transformed with the modified cribin AB, cribin AC, and cribin AC gene, which were assessed in large scale of trials in 2007, approved for the commercial release in November 2009. How BT is eco-friendly, pollinator and butterfly. Honeybee hen et al. 2010, Bailey et al. 2005, monarch leaf. Monarch leaf does not have any effect on the monarch butterfly. Earlier it was case as right now we already discussed about this monarch case. Microorganism and microorganism in the soils. It does not affect the growth of microorganism. Mite, earthworm and snails. Castaldini et al. 2005, rhizospheric eubacteria. Communities, mycorrhizal colonization, soil respiration, bacterial communities, mycorrhizal establishment. If you take the example of birds and mammals, we already studied about the impact of BT maize on mammalians and birds. There is no significant health hazard is associated with this BT maize against these birds and mammals. Effect of BT crops through multi-generation in mammals and poultry, against there is no significant human health that is associated. Aquatic organism also, Chambers et al. Done in 2010 experiments, they concluded that there is no, because the BT does not have a long, it does not sustain for longer period. It get biodegraded by a different microorganisms. So what are the advantages? Decrease the use of pesticides. If we are adopting these BT transgenic crops, so that definitely we have to use less or reduced pesticides. So it obviously it save our cost of crop productions. Saving on fossil fuels, reducing CO2 emissions, because if we are using different insect pests, they definitely release into the environment efficiency uses, increase in the yield. So there are certain strategies which are adopted to develop the insecticidal activity of crab protein in different crops. First is serine protease inhibitor is from the plant genes. A genetically modified tobacco plant which express the protease inhibitor fused to truncated carbon AB protein. Chitinase is a larval peritrophic membrane formed cylindrical sheets that divide the gut epithelium from the lamens. Chitinase, larval peritrophic membrane formed cylindrical sheets that divide the gut epithelium from the lumen. The network of chitin embedded in a protein carbohydrate matrix. Cytotoxin, CYT. Cytotoxic protein, cytotoxin 1AA, synergize the toxicity activity of Cry11AA by functioning as a membrane-bound receptor of Cry11AA. Okay, so they are showing a different toxic effect on the different insect and pest. Mutation in the binding receptor, binding region of Cry1AA or in site 1AA affected the specific interactions between these protein and reduced their synergistic effect. Now there is a certain modification has been made in the cry-toxic proteins to make it high efficiency or high effectiveness to increase the effectiveness of this cry protein against different insect and pest. So there is different approach. First is side-directed mutagenesis. So side-directed mutagenesis again mutations in cry1AA helix protein was done as the histidine 168 position per histidine जो present whatever the histidine is present at 168 positions that has been removed and a different amino acid has been inserted. So this side-directed mutagenesis increase threefold increase in the toxicity effect against the Manducta sexta larvae. Manducta sexta larvae. So it is a very significant significant achievement by the improvement in the toxicity effect of the BT proteins. So you can see here in the structure at site 168 position they have different at another arginine 120, alanine 128, 282, lysine 283. Second approach is hybrid toxic proteins, which replace the residues 450 at domain of Cry1AA, 450 domain of Cry-AA, 452, 612, replacing the residue that is present between 452 612 of Cry1A, of Cry1A, of Cry1A. So you can see by replacing the residue 452 domain of domain third of Cry1AA by Cry1AC. Deletion of a small region of the toxins. If you are deleting a small region, amino terminal region from the alpha helix, alpha 1 helix of Cry1A protein resulted in the toxin that form oligomer in the absence of cadherin receptors. How insects become resistant? There is a mutation in the protein receptors as cadherin. So insect may develop resistance against this protein also. How? There is a three different approach. Either mutation in the cryptoxin receptor that is present in the insect midgut as a cadherin. If mutation occurs, then what happens because of these mutations? Further, these toxic proteins are not able to identify these proteins. Protein will not able to interact with this. So insect become develop resistance. Elevated immune systems. If insect is continuously exposed against a particular insectal proteins, then slowly the insect body get develop the resistance, develop the immune systems against this protein, develop antibody against these systems. Alteration of the cytotoxic activations, cytotoxin activations. They can alter the protocols, the mechanism by cytotoxin activations in the insect midgut. How we can overcome all these situations? By planting a significant percentage of non-BT plants with the BT crop. That is known as refugee strategy. We can plant non-BT crops. So insect will feed on the non-BT crops. So definitely insect will not have the resistance. Gene stacking of different criteria. Pink balloon resistance to Bolgard cotton cry1AC, the transgenic cotton cry1AC gene has been introduced. There is no resistance of BT2 variety because this contains two different genes, cry1AC and cry2AB. So instead of one gene, we can take the two different genes, stacking of the genes. Fusion of two or more gene toxins also we can take the example. Example here we can take that Fusion toxin of Cryvan AV and domain 2 from Cryvan AA. Register both coleoptera and lepidoptera insects. We can express higher expression of Bt toxin proteins. Now, if you see the Bt crop resistance, the data is 2009. In case of 9 Bt crops in global market, long list of the Bt crops: maize, cotton, potato, tomato, cotton, maize, rice. That explain different genes there. So this is the overall status of the BT cotton in India. Nowadays, till 2003 to 2021, only the BT cotton crop is cultivated in the India, which increased the yield by 38%. Thank you. Thank you for listening.